Well, guys, 60 years ago, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. gave his I Have a Dream speech. He wanted people to be judged on the content of their character and not the color of their skin. But Democrats, as they have always done, they're focused on the color of skin. Now we're in the anti-racist movement here with the Ibram X. Kendis and people like him. They're nothing more than racist. Ibram X. Kendi believes that the only way to stop racism is to actually be racist. Yes, that's his words. Not the exact words, but in a nutshell, that is what he believes. These Democrats, man, they're something else. They truly want you to believe that, hey, the Democrats, they aren't the same party anymore. Yeah, they are. It's the same party. Guys, only one person that was a Democrat that voted against the 1964 Civil Rights Act actually switched to a Republican. One. That was actually Strom Thurmond. He switched. He was the only one. So this whole party switch thing, it's a lie. Democrats are still Democrats. They are the party of racism. Now, just a few days ago, like I said here, thousands marched to the 60th anniversary of MLK's I Have a Dream speech. He didn't want people to be judged on the color of their skin, but the content of their character. And now, guys, you got these woke departments now in businesses: diversity, equity, and inclusion, which is really exclusion based off skin color. The country, led by Democrats, want to bring us back to the 1950s and the 1960s, where racism was probably at all-time highs. I was born in the 1970s. I'm glad that I didn't actually live through that. When I was a kid, I didn't see white people, and I'm from the South, actually discriminating against me because of my skin color. Maybe in the 1950s and 60s, I probably would have experienced that. But no, I did not experience that as a kid growing up in the South. Didn't happen. Now, we got to talk about this, guys, because Joe Biden, man, is a bald-faced liar. A bald-faced liar, man. Now, look at this here. This is Beijing Biden right here. And look at this here. The man is a consistent liar. He has lied throughout his whole entire political career. This man actually said that he actually convinced Strom Thurmond, who I just mentioned, he convinced him into voting for the Civil Rights Act. But Joe Biden must be seriously confused here or something, because what he said makes absolutely no sense. For one thing, Joe Biden in 1964 was not even in the Senate. And Strom Thurmond never voted for the Civil Rights Act. Let's listen to this clown right here.
But pause for just a moment. I thought things had changed. I was able to literally, not figuratively, talk Strom Thurmond into voting for the Civil Rights Act before he died. And I thought, well, maybe there's real progress. But hate never dies. It just hides. It hides under the rocks. And when someone breathes a little oxygen in, it comes out roaring out.
Okay, I'm going to play this again for you guys, because I don't want you guys to get confused. Listen closely again.
But pause for just a moment. I thought things had changed. I was able to literally, not figuratively, talk Strom Thurmond into voting for the Civil Rights Act before he died. And I thought, well, maybe there's real progress. But hate never dies. It just hides.
Okay, right there. He said he convinced Strom Thurmond to vote for the Civil Rights Act before he died. There's a problem, guys. Strom Thurmond died in 2003. And Strom Thurmond, who was a Democrat, by the way, during the Civil Rights Act, he never voted for it. And even when he actually went over to be a Republican, he voted against the Voting Rights Act because at that time he was still very, very racist. Look here, even on Wikipedia. Look here. It even says this about Strom Thurmond. A staunch opponent of civil rights legislation through the 1950s and 60s, Thurmond conducted the longest speaking filibuster ever by a lone senator, had 24 hours, 18 minutes in length, in opposition to the Civil Rights Act of 1957. In the 1960s, he voted against the 1964 Civil Rights Act and the Voting Rights Act of 1965. Yeah. Everybody knows that. Joe Biden is a flat out liar. He's lying about this. This man is not fit for office, guys. He is definitely not fit for office. Joe Biden is a liar. A liar. But for you people, man, that want to vote for Beijing Biden, this is what Beijing Biden was actually doing when he actually gave a eulogy at KKK member Robert Byrd. Yes, Robert Byrd was a Klan member, a member of the Democrat Party, and Beijing Biden was there. Listen to this.
As also noted, Robert C. Byrd was a parliamentary library, a keeper of the institution of the Senate.
Democratic Senator Robert Byrd was a leader of a small group of Klansmen in a small town in West Virginia in the 1940s.
For a lot of us, he was a friend, and he was a mentor, and he was a guide.
Robert Byrd voted against the Civil Rights Act of 1964.
Now, in this summer of 1964, the Civil Rights Bill is the law of the land. In the words of the President, it restricts no one's freedom so long as he respects the rights of others.
And in 1967, Senator Byrd voted against the confirmation of Thurgood Marshall, the first African-American appointed to the United States Supreme Court.
So, you heard that, guys. You heard that. Joe Biden, man, this man is a liar. He's been lying for 50 years. He's lied about his civil rights record. This man said he was actually arrested going to see Nelson Mandela. Didn't happen. But thing is, man, about this what he said right here about Strom Thurmond. Joe Biden at the time was only 21 years old. He wasn't even in elected office on a national level. He wasn't. Anybody that's actually buying this, man, I highly suggest you do your research, because Joe Biden is just flat out lying. This doesn't make any sense. And Strom Thurmond died in 2003. I believe he was 101. He was still in the Senate too, by the way. He died in 2003. Now, last time I checked, man, there wasn't any Civil Rights Act in 2003. Unless something is wrong with my brain, I don't think so. Joe Biden is a liar. Wake up, America. You cannot trust Joe Biden, man. I'm going to call it what it is. A vote for Joe Biden in 2024 is a vote for communism. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.